Are you making the same mistakes that could be stealing your joy and health as you get older? Today, we're diving into the 5 huge mistakes people make in old age that can ruin both their happiness and well-being. All right, let's jump right in. I'm here to share some insights that could change how you live your later years for the better. If you're over 60 or even if you're planning ahead, what I'm about to share might save you from a lot of pain and regret later on. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. Many of us think that aging just happens, and that all the challenges are just a natural part of life. But there are some mistakes that are not only avoidable, they actually have a huge impact on your overall happiness and health. And if you're not careful, these mistakes can make you feel stuck, unfulfilled, or even cause you to suffer physically and mentally. So what are these mistakes? Let's break them down one by one. The first mistake is isolating yourself from those around you. When you get older, it's easy to think that spending more time alone is just a natural step. But this isolation can lead to feelings of loneliness and depression, which are known to have a strong negative effect on both your mental and physical health. In fact, numerous studies show that loneliness can be as damaging as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Many older people find themselves withdrawing from friends, family, and community events because they believe that their social life is no longer important, or that it's too hard to maintain. But here's the thing, staying connected is not just about passing the time. It's a vital part of keeping your mind sharp and your heart healthy. When you spend time with others, you're not only sharing experiences, you're also reinforcing the feeling that you matter and that you're still a part of something bigger. And that feeling can be the difference between a long, happy life and one that feels empty. Next, let's talk about the second huge mistake, neglecting your physical health. As you age, it might seem like exercise isn't as important anymore, especially if you're not used to working out. But the truth is, keeping your body active is one of the best ways to keep it functioning well. Many older adults start to cut back on exercise because they're afraid of injury or because they think that a little activity isn't going to make a big difference. However, staying active, even in small ways, can improve your balance, boost your muscle strength, and even help you manage pain better. Simple things like walking, gentle stretching, or even dancing in your living room can help keep your body in shape. And it's not just about physical strength. Regular activity also helps with mental clarity and emotional stability. The mistake here is believing that aging means you have to slow down. In reality, even a little movement can be a huge boost to your overall quality of life. The third mistake is ignoring your mental health. When we talk about health, we often focus on the physical, but the mental aspect is just as important. Many older people start to worry that feeling sad or anxious is just part of getting old. But that's a dangerous myth. Depression, anxiety, and stress aren't natural parts of aging. They're signs that something needs to change. Whether it's dealing with the loss of a loved one, facing the challenges of retirement, or just feeling like life is passing by too quickly, these feelings can add up. It's crucial to acknowledge your emotions and seek help when you need it. Whether it's talking to a friend, joining a support group, or seeing a professional, taking care of your mental well-being is key. Ignoring your mental health can lead to a downward spiral, affecting your sleep, your appetite, and even your physical health. Remember, a healthy mind is the foundation for a happy life, no matter your age. The fourth mistake that people often make is not planning for the future. It might sound harsh, but many older individuals believe that planning is only for the young or that it's too late to make any changes. Whether it's your finances, your healthcare, or even your daily routine, not having a plan can lead to a lot of stress and uncertainty later on. Think about it. When you don't have a clear idea of what you want or need for your future, every decision becomes a struggle, and every setback feels like the end of the world. By setting clear goals, even if they're small ones, you give yourself a roadmap to follow. This doesn't mean obsessing over every detail. It means being proactive about what you want out of life. It could be as simple as deciding to learn a new hobby, volunteering regularly, or planning your day so that you have time for both relaxation and activity. When you have a plan, you're not just drifting through life, you're steering it. And that sense of control can be incredibly empowering, reducing stress and improving your overall happiness. The fifth and final mistake is not staying open to new experiences. Aging doesn't mean you have to stop exploring or trying new things. Unfortunately, a lot of people fall into a routine and let the fear of change keep them in a comfort zone that may not be serving them well. Life after a certain age can be full of surprises, if you're willing to take a few risks. This might mean traveling to a place you've never been, taking up a new hobby, or even just trying a new recipe. The idea is to keep your mind and body engaged. New experiences stimulate your brain, help build new memories, and even contribute to a more robust social life. When you resist change, you might miss out on opportunities that could bring excitement and satisfaction into your daily routine. It's natural to feel hesitant at first, but remember, growth and happiness often lie on the other side of fear. Embracing change can lead to a more fulfilled, vibrant life. Now that we've covered the 5 huge mistakes, social isolation, neglecting physical health, ignoring mental well-being, failing to plan for the future, and resisting new experiences, let's dive deeper into why these mistakes are so critical and how you can turn them around. Starting with social isolation, imagine waking up every day feeling like no one cares. You might think that solitude brings peace, but too much of it can lead to a heavy heart and a cloud of loneliness. It's not just about having people around you, it's about meaningful connections. When you interact with friends or family, you're sharing your life, your struggles, and your victories. It builds a sense of community that lifts you up when times get tough. Even if you feel like you're too old or that others won't understand you, there are always groups, clubs, or online communities where people share your interests. Getting involved doesn't have to be a huge effort. Start small, maybe with a weekly coffee date or a short phone call with a friend. Over time, these little connections add up to a rich tapestry of support and joy in your life. Moving on to physical health, the idea isn't to run a marathon or become a gym fanatic overnight. It's about making small, manageable changes that build up over time. If you've been sitting for most of your day, try standing up and stretching every hour. If you used to walk, consider adding an extra 5 minutes to your route each day. These small changes can prevent the body from becoming stiff and weak, and they can also boost your mood and energy levels. Think of your body like a car that needs regular maintenance. Without it, you're bound to run into problems. And as you get older, those problems can become serious. Regular physical activity helps control weight, maintain muscle tone, and even improve your sleep patterns. It's one of the best investments you can make for your future self. When it comes to mental health, it's important to recognize that feelings of sadness or anxiety aren't a normal, inevitable part of aging. They are signals that something isn't right and that you need to address it. Perhaps you're dealing with grief from losing a friend or a partner, or maybe you're overwhelmed by the changes in your life. Ignoring these feelings can lead to deeper issues. One practical approach is to start a daily routine that includes moments of mindfulness. Whether it's a few minutes of meditation, a quiet walk in nature, or even journaling your thoughts, these practices can help you process your emotions and relieve stress. Another good step is to talk to someone, a friend, a family member, or a professional counselor. Sometimes just sharing what you're going through can lift a huge weight off your shoulders. Planning for the future doesn't mean you have to become obsessed with every detail, but it does mean taking the time to think about what you want. It might mean updating your will, figuring out your finances, or deciding how you want to spend your days. Having a plan gives you something to look forward to and reduces the stress of uncertainty. For example, if you have a dream to learn a musical instrument or take a cooking class, set a goal to start within the next few months. It doesn't matter if you're not perfect at it right away. The important part is that you're giving yourself permission to grow and evolve. A plan can be as simple or as detailed as you want, but the key is to have one. It's about taking charge of your life rather than letting life happen to you. Finally, staying open to new experiences is all about curiosity and willingness to try. Many older adults fall into a routine that feels safe, but ultimately leaves them feeling stuck. By keeping an open mind and embracing change, you invite a world of possibilities into your life. Perhaps you've always wanted to travel, learn a new language, or try a completely new sport. Now is the time to explore these opportunities. Even if it feels uncomfortable at first, remember that every new experience has the potential to bring joy, build confidence, and enrich your life. It might be a cooking class that introduces you to exotic flavors, or a book club that challenges your ideas and introduces you to new friends. The key is to keep moving, keep learning, and keep engaging with life. Let's talk about some real-life examples to make these ideas even clearer. Think about Joe, a 72-year-old who used to be very active socially. Over the years, he began to pull away from his friends, thinking that his social life wasn't as important anymore. He started spending most of his days alone, watching TV and reading. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal, but soon Joe noticed that he wasn't as happy as he used to be. His days felt longer and more lonely, and he began to lose interest in activities he once loved. Then there's Sarah, who decided that her physical health wasn't a priority. She stopped walking regularly, skipped her morning stretches, and thought that exercise was only for younger people. Over time, she found herself feeling more tired, her balance worsening, and even her sleep patterns were disrupted. These aren't isolated stories. They're common patterns that many people experience if they let these mistakes go unchecked. Now, let's get to the key moment, the turning point where everything changes. Imagine you're at a crossroads. On one path, you continue to isolate yourself, neglect your health, ignore your mental well-being, avoid planning for the future, and shut yourself off from new experiences. On the other path, you make a conscious decision to change. It starts with small steps, reaching out to an old friend, taking a short walk every day, or signing up for a class. These actions might seem tiny at first, but they add up over time. You begin to feel more connected, both physically and emotionally. Your mood lifts, your body feels stronger, and you start to see the potential for a future filled with excitement and new opportunity. This turning point is not about a dramatic, overnight transformation. It's about steady progress. Every day you choose to invest in yourself, you're steering your life toward a happier, healthier future. It's important to understand that mistakes are not permanent. They're just habits that can be unlearned. Changing these habits takes time, effort, and a willingness to see yourself in a new light. It means accepting that it's okay to ask for help, whether it's from a friend, a family member, or a professional. It also means recognizing that you deserve to be happy and healthy, no matter your age. By acknowledging these mistakes and taking active steps to correct them, you're setting yourself up for a life that is not only longer but also richer in quality. And that's something worth striving for. You might be wondering, how do I start? The best way is to focus on one area at a time. If you feel lonely, make it a goal to connect with one person each day. If physical health is your concern, commit to a short walk or a simple exercise routine. If mental health is the issue, set aside a few minutes for quiet reflection or call someone you trust. These small steps, taken consistently, will build up over time and lead to significant improvements. It's not about overhauling your life overnight. It's about gradual, sustainable changes that add up to a better future. Think about the benefits you'll gain from these changes. Better social connections can lead to a stronger support system, which in turn can reduce stress and improve your overall outlook on life. Regular physical activity can ward off diseases, keep your mind clear, and boost your energy levels. Paying attention to your mental health can help you cope with life's challenges more effectively and keep you engaged with the world around you. And having a clear plan for your future can give you a sense of purpose, making each day feel more meaningful. Imagine a day in your future where you've made these changes. You wake up feeling refreshed because you've prioritized good sleep habits. You reach out to a friend or join a community group, which fills your day with conversation and laughter. You take a walk in the park or do some light stretching, keeping your body active and strong. You set aside time to reflect on your goals, feeling confident that you're on the right track. That day isn't a fantasy. It's a possibility if you start making small changes today. Every mistake you correct is a step toward a brighter, healthier future. It's never too late to turn things around. Whether you're just starting to notice these issues or you've been dealing with them for years, the first step is acknowledging that change is possible. Remember, the journey to better health and happiness isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. It takes time, but the rewards are worth every step. Let's recap what we've covered today. We talked about the dangers of social isolation and how staying connected can boost your mood and health. We explored the importance of staying physically active, even in small ways, to keep your body strong and resilient. We discussed why ignoring your mental health is a big mistake, and how addressing your emotions can lead to a better quality of life. We looked at the benefits of planning for the future, showing that having goals and a plan can reduce stress and give you a sense of purpose. And finally, we emphasized the need to remain open to new experiences, proving that growth and joy are possible at any age. Every one of these points is a chance for you to take control of your life. The mistakes we've discussed might seem overwhelming at first, but you don't have to tackle them all at once. Instead, pick one area that feels most urgent to you and focus on it. Once you start making progress there, you'll likely find that other areas begin to improve too. It's all connected. Improving your social life can boost your mental health, which in turn can make it easier to stay active. Planning for the future gives you motivation to try new things, and new experiences can lead to exciting social connections. The key is to start small and build from there. In the end, aging doesn't have to be a period of decline and regret. It can be a time of growth, learning, and unexpected happiness if you're willing to break free from the mistakes that hold you back. You have the power to shape your future, and it starts with recognizing these habits and choosing to change them. There will be days when it feels hard, when the old habits try to drag you back into isolation or inactivity. But every time you choose connection over loneliness, activity over stagnation, or planning over uncertainty, you're building a future where you're happier, healthier, and more fulfilled. So, if you're feeling stuck or worried about your future, remember that it's never too late to make a change. The decisions you make today can have a huge impact on the years ahead. Whether it's reaching out to a friend, taking a walk, or even just taking a moment to reflect on what you want from life, every step counts. Change isn't about being perfect, it's about making progress, one small step at a time. Now, take a moment and think about which of these mistakes you might be making. Is it spending too much time alone? Neglecting your body or mind? Not planning ahead? Or maybe you've stopped trying new things because you're afraid of what might happen. Once you identify the area that needs the most work, commit to taking one small action today that moves you in a better direction. Maybe it's sending a message to someone you haven't talked to in a while, or perhaps it's planning a short walk after lunch. Whatever it is, know that it's a step toward a life filled with more joy, more energy, and better health. I hope this talk has given you something to think about, a roadmap to a happier, healthier future. Remember, the mistakes we discussed aren't set in stone. They're just habits that you can change. It all comes down to choosing connection over isolation, movement over stagnation, mindfulness over neglect, planning over drifting, and openness over resistance. Every decision counts, and every change you make is a victory in itself. If you ever feel like you're slipping back into old habits, remind yourself of why you started this journey. Think about the days when you felt truly alive, connected, and engaged. Those moments can be a powerful reminder that change is possible. And if you ever need a little extra help, don't hesitate to reach out to someone who can support you, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a professional. Now, before we wrap up, I want you to take this message to heart. You have the power to change your future, one small decision at a time. Your health and happiness are too important to leave to chance. So, take action today and start making the changes that will lead to a brighter, more fulfilling tomorrow.